Hello, everyone. Crystal here with your April 20th, 2020 daily tarot reading. As always, we're picking up on the overall energy of the day. And bam, surprise, we have another new deck to bring to the channel. And this is The Universe Has Your Back. Okay. And let's open it up. I've already took the wrap off just because, that takes too long. Ooh, it's nice. I like it. I like it. Let's see what we have here. Okay, let's see. Hi, miracle worker. Okay, all right, all right. Spread the love. Okay, all right. So here are a few. Ooh, it's so beautiful. So these come with specific messages on them. Okay. All right, I like this. It looks like affirmations. Oh, I like it. Oh, I'm just looking at them with you. So, yeah, anyway, these are the cards. All right, so I love that. I'm going to go ahead and give them a good smudge really quick. So, let's see what these cards have for us today. And then we'll still pull from two of our other decks. All right, overall message that we need on April 20th. What is the overall guidance or affirmation for April 20th? Let's go with that one. And then let's pull from the Lenore deck. And I hope everyone is doing well. Okay. And let's pull one more from my Egyptian deck. Put that one there. This one here. Okay, two cards, one to come out. Okay, we have the Hermit. We have the Wheel in reverse. Ooh, we have the Swan. And instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. Okay, so this card pretty much is about detaching from what you feel like should be the outcome. Or, sometimes what we think we desire, or sometimes what we desire is not necessarily maybe the way we should be putting our intentions towards, because when we speak from that point of desire, at times, not all the time, we can be at a place of being in the ego just a little bit too much to where we are wanting our outcome, when in reality, sometimes when our mind gets to going and we detach from the sole purpose, we get into things that are not necessarily for our greatest and highest good. So I like this card because it's saying, instead of praying for an outcome, use this opportunity to trust God, to trust the universe. And sometimes what you feel like is for you might not be best for all parties involved. Okay. And so I really love practicing doing things like that, because I think it makes your connection with the higher power even stronger. Because even when things don't go your way, I have learned this the hard way. Detaching is what's most important. And so let's say you're in a relationship and things are going downhill, or you're just sad, or you're upset, or maybe you're obsessing over your partner, or maybe you're obsessing over the fact that you don't have a partner. It's like when you let go and know that it will come back. It's kind of like for all people who do any type of prayer work, like when you pray for something, you don't say, okay, God, it's been 2 days, where is it at? Or for instance, if you're more spiritual and you do any type of spiritual work, and you don't sit there and do a love ritual and then turn around 2 days later, that actually lessens the power that you have put into whatever it is that you're doing. It's just like people who, oh my God, I don't want him to leave me one day. What if he leaves me one day? You obsess over that, and worry is meditation on the negative. So you're meditating on something negative, it's more prone to happen. Okay. So I love that this card is saying, I trust that instead of praying for what I want or for a designated outcome, I pray for the highest good of all, that it will happen exactly as it needs to be. Notice the pink moon in the back, which does, I feel, have that energy of that last full moon that we had in Libra, which was actually a pink moon, if I'm not mistaken. And so this reading is almost taking me back to that full moon that we had. Oh, I can't remember the date of the full moon. I want to say the ninth, and I'm probably wrong, but that was a full moon all about relationships and justice and diplomacy. And you should have seen something come to a head. I always say within the days afterwards, like a week after, or anytime really between the full moon and the new moon. And I know we have a new moon coming up, I believe on the 24th. And I could be wrong, but my point is we probably all had something come to realization about our romantic life or ourselves. And so this is just emphasizing, I feel like, more of that. And then we have the Swan card, and this talks about divine love. I love this card because it's real, it's equal, it's balanced. It just feels good. So this day definitely holds like that fated type of energy. What is meant to be will be. And I've learned that with the Wheel of Fortune card also. As we said, it's this let go and let God type of energy. Then we have this divine love connection between you and your higher self, you and a partner, you and a friend. So much about partnership and trusting the process, because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse says that even if it seems bad, even if it seems like all has failed you and your money is fucked up and your life seems to be going to shits, it's not. This is just a process of appreciating once you get back on top. And once you release that energy and stop obsessing over whatever is stressing you out or whatever you're trying to hold on to tightly to, you will find a blessing come in. And then we have the Hermit card. And the Hermit is actually one of my favorite cards. It's about isolation and it's about loving in a detached manner. Okay, it represents Virgo in the deck. And so what I love about the Hermit card is like once you separate yourself from others and you connect with the higher power, this sun to me represents a God-like energy, you find so many more capabilities or I guess you could say like talents that you have within you. You find out how much you really standing alone brings true power. It just brings so much independence. And that way, when you do meet a soulmate or you do meet a partner, at least you're at a place of already growing yourself, already knowing who you are. And even if this partner leaves or even if something goes wrong, you still can love in a detached manner, bless that person on their road ahead, and you can keep going. Now, the Hermit card does talk about introspection and always bringing things back to you on a day like this. And that can seem hard, right? If somebody is just completely outright wrong. How can I possibly bring this back to myself? You know, this person stole from me, or this person said they were my friend and were trying to sabotage me, or they said they loved me and they have done nothing but just run over me time and time and time again. You have to bring it back to you. What energy did you do to allow yourself to attract this type of situation? And even if it's where it's like, well, Crystal, you know, or myself, you talking to yourself, I didn't do anything, or I don't feel like I did anything to attract this energy. Then you go to, what is the lesson I can learn from this? How can I heal myself? Because not all things we attract, you know. Now, some people believe everything is in your makeup, everything is in your chart, everything that happens to you in this lifetime. Of course, we have choices, but some things are fated. And I do feel like things like this are fated. And it can seem like how? You know, I was molested when I was a young person. How can you possibly ask me to bring it back to me and see how it was my fault? And of course, those are one of those very sensitive situations where, of course, some people would say, well, you went through this for a reason. You never know. You might be that person to speak out. You might be that individual to bring awareness to this. There's so many secrets that families hold about uncles who molested people and cousins and oh, they're scared to say anything. No, get that person some help. And yes, it can seem like, why would the universe put me through something so horrific? But you were the one who was strong enough to withstand this. to be the person to stand up, to be the activist, to stop the silence within hurt. And so that is how you look at situations to where it's like, man, I was completely the victim, but you can still be the victor. You can still be the individual who sheds light, who is able to grow from that situation, who is able to find true and real dedicated love because you have seen the dark ugliness of the world sometimes. So I never want to seem like I am not being empathetic, okay? But I want to grow. I want you to grow. I want you to be able to get something from this channel and grow as a person every day to your highest and greatest potential. And I know that sometimes when we look for that love in other places, or when we feel like life has just failed us in some way, we can really go down a wrong direction or wrong path. So I think the Hermit card is a beautiful energy here saying, today, look within. Today, love in a detached manner. And when you detach, you attract. When you detach, you attract. Okay. And trust. So I love this message. I hope this helped in some way. And if you ever need a private reading with me, you can always do so by emailing me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Besides that, have a great Monday and I'll see you later.